New at 5, sadly, any COVID relief bill will be too late for many businesses struggling to survive. Taylor Lumpkin reports on a local favorite, which is now shutting down despite getting a loan to stay afloat.
More than a year after opening here on the east side, the BaccaNera Enoteca Winebar is closing its doors for good on Christmas Eve. The owner says just to make ends meet had become a struggle, which led him to make this difficult decision.
We are the backbone of neighborhoods, and I think the neighborhoods miss us the most, and really they're the ones that are suffering when the small businesses leave.
It's a situation Taylor Layton never thought he'd be in. Packing up and closing his wine bar just a little over a year after it opened.
A year later, we couldn't even imagine that we would be in a pandemic.
Layton says once the COVID-19 pandemic hit, it was an uphill battle to come up with ways to keep his business afloat and his employees paid.
We pivoted all of our business to online, and that helped a little bit initially. However, we weren't set up for online. We were able to do a little bit of business that way, but nothing close to what we did previously in person, so that really hurt us.
Which prompted Layton to apply for funding through the Paycheck Protection Program, where he received $11,000, an amount he thought would help his employees and save his business.
Unfortunately, that wasn't enough, and most of them ended up going on unemployment after that.
Ultimately, putting Layton in a position to make a tough choice.
In the end, we made the decision that because of the uncertainty, it didn't make sense for us to take on an increased debt or an increased loan, especially when we didn't know whether we were going to have customers come into the space.
While the decision to close BaccaNera Enoteca didn't come easy, Layton says he hopes his story will let people know that your journey doesn't have to end just because your business does.
I hope that, by sharing this with everyone, they can see that, you can close, you can start a new chapter in your life, but try to be positive. No matter what you're doing, the sun will always rise tomorrow.
There's no word yet on who or what will be taking over the former wine bar. As for what's next for Layton, he says he hopes to get back into archaeology. He says before becoming a business owner, he excavated in Pompeii and throughout the United States. Reporting in Milwaukee, Taylor Lumpkin, TMJ4 News.